Hi, Tracy here with BibleJournalingMinistries.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to remove the paper from an inside of a paperback book. So for some of you who like to coil your books or spiral bound them, this is the easiest way to do it. I'm so excited my friend Lillian mentioned this to me because I was actually using a X-Acto knife to take out the pages, but this one is much cleaner and much easier, so I'm excited to share that with you. Of course, if you haven't downloaded your free Breaking Free Planner Kit, I will make sure to link up for you on the blog where you can download this with no opt-in required. This is just an extra bonus to celebrate the latest release of my journal called Breaking Free, which is a weight loss journal for those of you who are interested in losing a little weight while focusing on your faith. And so just real quickly, it just has food logs, it has a planner, it's got your menu plans, it's got some blank pages in there, it's got your weekly weight tracker, your measurement trackers, your habit trackers, it's got your monthly planner, and it's 90 days. So it's a full 90 days planner and food log, as well as it also has recipes. So I've done a video on this before, so I'm not going to go into that. But what you're going to need is your book, and you can do this with any paperback book. You're going to need some heating elements, so I'll be using my Doris heat tool. And what I like to do is use some of these baking mats to kind of shield the rest of the book, because here's what happens. If you're too hot or put too much heat on this, the cover of your book will start to lift from itself. And so what this is it's basically a piece of really heavy cardstock that has a kind of a matte cover on top of it. So if you heat that matte cover too much, then you're going to lift that up. And that's okay, because if it lifts up, you can always add some washi tape on the part that is lifted up. But for the most part, you don't really want it to lift up. So what I do is I just go ahead and I start in the middle of my book. So the first thing I do is I just kind of start to just bend my pages. So you just want to bend your pages so that you're pretty much in the middle of your book, and just kind of fold it over, because we won't be keeping the spine. The spine isn't something that I typically save whenever I'm doing my spiral binding. So I'm just going to fold this over like that, so I have a nice flat book to work with. Isn't that nice? So it's just awesome. It goes super flat if you bend it. Then what I'll do is I'll take some baking mats and put them on each side, and that will just kind of add a couple layers of extra protection from the heat that I'm about to place on this book. So these are just little cheap baking mats that you can get, or you can use anything that can take heat. So like another book cover or something you could use, that would work just as good as well. So all you do is you heat up the spine. Don't burn the pages, don't cinch the pages, just heat it up and it will pull right up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Once you get it hot enough, your pages literally will just come right up. And don't forget, when you pull them up, to put them in the order on the side here that they're in your book, because you don't want to get them out of order. So once it starts to get to the point where it is like kind of tearing, like I just tore that page there, so it's too tight now. You're just going to come in with some more heat and continue the process. So just hit it with some more heat and keep pulling the pages over, and just stacking them right next to yourself, so you know what order they go into. But that's how you remove them. So I'll finish this up and I will show you the cover, and we'll see if we have any of those spots that I was talking to you about earlier. So I'm going to fast forward through this part. Okay, I am back, and I have taken all of my pages out, and oh good. Okay, so I don't have any of the bubbles that normally occur. I will actually try to show you one in just a moment. I'll try to get it to bubble up for you so you can see what I'm talking about. But before I do that, I just want to give you a heads up. Whenever you remove your pages from your paperback books, there is a chance that the top and bottom pages will be a little bit sticky. So you can see here, it's plenty sticky. And that's because they put the glue on this. There's a little extra glue on the front pages in the back pages. So to resolve that, you can just cut that piece off if you want to. But what I like to do is just come in here with a little bit of washi tape, and you can do that on both sides of the pages if you want to, or just one side of the page, that's fine. Wherever it's sticky is really where you want that washi tape to go, and that just kind of gives you a really pretty design, but also some extra reinforcement on that first and last page. So you can see the last page here as well has quite a bit of stickiness on it. So I will go ahead and just place a little bit of washi tape on there. You can use a piece of paper as well. So if you have a piece of paper, that will work. Decorative scrapbooking paper is cute. You can also use like really anything. Piece of paper, napkin, whatever you want. So there we go. And my book is all in the correct order, ready to be spiral bound, which will be our next video, how to spiral bound your book so that you have a nice little planner and food log, everything all in one. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim off this middle piece so I can see if I can't get it to bubble up for you, so that you can see what I'm talking about when I say that sometimes if you overheat it, it will bubble up for you. And that is never fun. Now, I may have cut that a little short. Just barely a little short. So be careful when you cut yours. Make sure that you're cutting as close as you can. You might want to use the scissors if you are really concerned, but you want to cut exactly on that spine. But it was neat to see that I didn't actually have any of that bubbling that occurs when you overheat these types of books. But let me see if I can't show you that. So I have this. Oh, and if this is sticky too, this page, the back cover, just go ahead, or even the front cover, do the same thing. Just add your washi tape to it so it doesn't get all over the place and sticky your pages together. Okay. There we go. So let me see if I can't get this to bubble up, and I will be right back to show you. So this is what I'm talking about when I say bubble up. If you apply too much heat to it, you'll start to get these little bubbles on the actual cover, because that matte finish is just lifting up off of your book. So if you get that, let's say you get it on, your front cover, you get some of that along the front cover, don't worry about it. Just add a little like washi tape help to it. So add a little piece of washi tape to it and it'll be just fine. But if you do the technique like I showed you today, where you kind of protect each of the pages with some matte or maybe some paper if you have it, and then apply the heat kind of to the middle of the actual book, then you should not have any bubbling. Like I don't have any bubbling. So I hope that this was helpful to you, and in our next video, after I'm done editing it, I will show you how I spiral my journals. All right, so I hope you have a wonderful day. Leave questions below. Have a good day. Bye!